So ESPN2, you might know the channel better as ESPN. It's a news, sports news, and sports broadcast station. I haven't watched ESPN in probably 2 or 3 years. Usually, if I want to watch a sport, either hockey or football or soccer or something like that, I'll watch it online because I do not support cable. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. And just so you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC footage, if you were wondering. I figured I would buy GTA 5 on the PC and really enjoy the best definitive version. But anyway, so ESPN2 had a Hero Storm or something like that. Anyway, had some sort of eSport event, and a lot of people were kind of pissed off about it. Mainly the people who were just like, oh, eSports aren't real sports. There's no training involved. There's no physical activity or all that crap like that. But here's ESPN, who they air poker tournaments, they air pool tournaments, chess tournaments, you name it. Curling, I really don't see curling as a sport because you're just walking and sweeping. Yeah. So people were pretty pissed off about it. Now, I can understand, the traditional sports being, I don't know, fucking football, soccer, and hockey, and basketball. Those are some of the traditional sports. If you were to ask somebody what name a sport, they'll probably either say one of those things, football, hockey, or soccer, or basketball. And those are the more traditional sports. But over the many years that sports like hockey and soccer, football, and basketball have kind of generated more attention, there's been other hockey or other sports that have been coming to play, such as curling, badminton, ultimate frisbee, what else do we have? Cricket, croquet, golf, pool, volleyball, let's see what else I can name. Chess, there's foosball, what else do we have? And there's many others more that I can name. And 9 times out of 10, the people who say, oh, esports aren't a sport, they'll probably be into like NASCAR or Formula 1. What's the physical properties of NASCAR or Formula 1? They're not running around the track. The cars are running around the track. For me, a sport is where you're pushing yourself to the ultimate limits. And you're in a NASCAR race. You're pushing your fucking racing ability to the limit, so you don't crash, you don't kill somebody. You come in first place. Your adrenaline is pumping. Your brain is overworking itself, and it's giving that physical, mental stimulation that your brain needs on a daily basis, and sometimes even more. You know what I mean? It's the same with somebody playing pool. You use your arms and your brain, and there's strategic things for it. And I just don't understand why people can't put 2 and 2 together. People think of traditional gaming as somebody who lives in their mom's basement. They live in their mom's basement. They're 35. They're fat, hairy. They haven't had sex. They're virgins, whatever. Dude, listen, okay, I'm 22. I live in a house that I own. I have a job. I get up in the morning. I have a girlfriend. And there's many other people out there. They can't associate video games with professionalism. They can't. And that's a problem that I have. Because I could sit down and watch somebody play Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto, StarCraft, what else do we have here? League of Legends, anything basically on Twitch. I could sit down and watch somebody play for hours. Could I do that with football? No, because I'm not a huge sports fan. I'm not a huge football fan. I like sports. There's some sports that I like, so for me, eSports are one of my favorite. And I hate when fucking people sit down and try to tell me that somebody playing a video game and using strategic, combinations of buttons and using their brains that, somebody else can't do is not a sport. They're physically and mentally stimulating their brain, and that's the definition of sport. A physically demanding game is the definition of sport. And I don't know why the fuck these old people, whether you're 30, probably 35 and up, they all have this way of looking at it like eSports is not a sport. It's not a sport. It's not a sport. Dude, ultimate frisbee. What is that? You sit there and you throw a frisbee. You're not overexerting yourself at all. You're using your brain. You're using your fucking brain. That's where most of the strategic ability comes with ultimate frisbee, is with your brain. Not your throwing ability. You could throw something. There's probably, specific ways to throw things, but no, you have to plan. It's like golf. What's super physical about that? You smack a ball once, and then 30 minutes later, you're on a golf cart, and you're going to the next hole, or you're going to where your ball is. What's so physically demanding about that? What's so physically exerting yourself in golf, or ultimate frisbee, or pool? No, it's the fucking fact that you're using your brain. You're physically pushing your mind and your brain to do something that it's not supposed to do. Like, remember strategic combinations of buttons, or if you're playing on a keyboard, strategic, team building. If you're playing, say, Call of Duty. You gotta work with the team. You gotta, eat the level inside out. You gotta remember the combinations of guns for each map, for each player you're playing against. What map you're on. You gotta know the map from the inside out. You gotta know where people spawn. You gotta know where you're gonna spawn. It's all combinations of different things, and your brain is overworking itself, and it's a sport. I don't know any other clear way to put it. It's a sport. And people who say that it's not are the same people who will tell you that pool is a sport, or that NASCAR is a sport, or that Formula 1 is a sport. What the fuck is the difference? Right? What the fuck is the difference? And then there's people that say, I'll make an exception for DDR. DDR, you're dancing, whatever. But this is the same fucking thing. It's a fucking video game where you're physically, demanding your body to do something. Whether it be your brain, your hands, your feet, your back, whatever the fuck it is. You're still doing it, and you're still getting that adrenaline rush, which is good for you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, some of the people might, drink a lot of energy drinks. But there's also been a time where there's Lance Armstrong, who run Tour de France 5 times in a row, and we found out how he did that. So you can't sit there and judge a gamer, a professional gamer, and going to esport competitions on, they drink too much caffeine, they don't eat enough, they eat too much. When you can look at, say, the same thing about fucking professional hockey players who have abused drugs, professional tour bikers. It's the same fucking thing. And it pisses me off when people sit there and say that. No, it's not. It's usually, like I said, 35 and above. 35 and above are the people that are in that spot where their old traditions of the old style sports, where it's all physical, whatever. You gotta break your fucking legs to do something. It's like chess. People look at chess like crazy. Spelling bees are considered a sport. I could continue to go on and on and on, but this video will be 2 hours long. All I'm saying is do not sit there and judge esports. It is a fucking sport whether you like it or not, and if ESPN is going to put it on there, if Twitch is going to keep streaming it, I don't care what the fuck it is. It could be on TBS, it could be on Showcase, it could be on whatever fucking television series station you could think of, and I won't have a fucking single problem with it, and neither should you. And why does it matter? What, are you butthurt over that you're not making money off of playing video games professionally? Because you're not making money off of professional basketball or NASCAR, you don't do those things. So just shut the fuck up and sit down and play your video games, watch your hockey, and let other people have their sports of their choice. Don't knock it because you don't try it or that you don't like it. It's like you're riding a motorcycle. You wouldn't like me to tell you not to ride that motorcycle, would you? Because I like cars better. So shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit if you have a preference of car. You wouldn't like me to tell you that your preference of car sucks ass. So don't you sit there and tell anybody who enjoys esports that it's not a sport. That's all I gotta say anyway. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, make sure you smack that like button, hit the big red subscribe button below to check out some more videos. If you don't know if I want to upload my videos, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, I'm Masculinish. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hey, on a mobile phone? No problem, I got you covered. If you want to watch one of the featured videos, featured 1 and featured 2, look down in the description. If you want to continue watching the series, look down in the description for next parts when available.